Hello world of YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Comic Haul, the segment where I feed into my addictions to comic books. And this month, we have a nice meaty haul. Not only because I hit up my local store, I hit up a store in North Carolina as well, and I've found a lot of nice gems added into stories that I'm looking for, and finding just a lot of stories in general. But we'll start with my local stop, Comic Book University. I picked up part 3 of Hunted, the Spider-Man arc that I've been trying to get all of. I picked up what seemingly is a one-off, but if not, it'll be an interesting follow-up. A Spider-Man comic centering the Prowler, which is an interesting little find. I found the first part, I believe, to a Punisher story that looked very interesting. One of the later covers caught my eye, and so I picked this one up to try and get the whole story. And then I got a Dick Tracy comic. Because I like Dick Tracy. I like the idea of Dick Tracy. So I'm doing a buy of some Dick Tracy forever. When I was in North Carolina, I went to a store called McKays, which is almost like a Second and Charles if you've been to Maryland. It's like a store where they sell like a lot of music and games and general stuff and comic books as well. They sell a lot of trade in comic books and at a really nice price. So I bought a fuck ton. I'm going to kind of go through all of those. I bought 3 comics that seemingly tie together, or at least look like they do. I bought a Spider-Man comic featuring the Hobgoblin and a special guest, it says. And after finding these 2 Ghost Rider comics with Ghost Rider and Spider-Man, I looked into it, and it's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is the surprise guest in this. And so I'm hoping to get the second part of this so that I can read all 4 of these and talk about them on the channel. I also bought part 3 of 4 of a Spider-Man arc that I have part of that I bought featuring Ben Reilly, the Exiled story. I got part 3 of 4 of that, which is neat. I got part 2 of a Robin story I've been trying to get all of, the Joker's Wild arc, which I've heard is a good Robin story, at least an interesting Robin story. So I bought the second part of that. And then I bought a bunch of one-offs, or stuff of other stories that I don't have. Like this one is a Spider-Man Punisher. It says Vengeance Part 1. I don't know how many parts there are to this, but I bought Part 1 of Spider-Man and the Punisher, because you guys know I love me some Spider-Man. Continuing with Spider-Man, I bought it says Spirits of Venom, which has Venom, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider, which is a whole bunch of stuff that I love. And so I bought Part 1 of that. And then I bought a Punisher comic, which is seemingly a one-off. It's a big one. It's a meaty boy. It's him and Moon Knight, which is a hero that I'm interested in, especially in the announcement of his show. Shake likes Moon Knight, and so I figured I'd buy this and read it, because I like the Punisher, and I like the idea of Moon Knight after what little research I've done on the character, and so I'm excited to read that. While actually sitting down and looking through these comics to kind of find out where they sit numerically and when they were published, something I should do before I start filming, I actually found out this is part of an annual comic, and this is like part 5 of the story, which is interesting, and now I definitely want to get all of it, because this is a meaty fucking comic. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes on in here, and that's pretty awesome. And then I bought a couple other Ghost Rider comics, one featuring Wolverine, it has and Beast, Wolverine and Beast. Beast, one of my favorite X-Men. Wolverine, always an interesting character to read. And same with Ghost Rider. And then, following in the tradition of weird pair-ups with Ghost Rider, I've got one with him and Doctor Strange. It says, can Doctor Strange bring Danny back without killing him? So this is the second Ghost Rider. This isn't Johnny Blaze, or the third Ghost Rider. This isn't Johnny Blaze, this is Danny. And I don't remember what Danny's last name is, but it's him. And this is Doctor Strange trying to split them. And it seemed like the cover got me on that one. And again, I like Doctor Strange. I like Ghost Rider. So that's why I bought those. And that's what I bought. I actually started reading this Spider-Man comic, and I'm liking it so far. I love the art. It's Todd McFarlane, so it's fucking spicy. But I'm excited to find the fourth or the second of that Spider-Man. And I'm excited to get some of these other stories, the Punisher one especially, because of what happens later on, given what one of the covers told me. Or what one of the covers showcased. But that's going to be this comic haul. It's going to be this month's comic haul. like I said, I got a lot of meaty comics, some stories that I'm looking to add to, some new stuff, some fresh stuff. I'm excited for these, and I'm excited to sit down and read them and talk about them with you guys. I want to give a bigger focus to ARC because I've liked making that show so far, and I've liked giving my perspective on my opinions on comic books and talking about something that I've loved for a long time. But yeah, that's what I got. What do you think of these heroes? What do you think of this haul? You like it? If you're in North Carolina, ever check out McKays. It was really nice and big, and they had a nice storefront. It was a cool place to go. They had a lot of good stuff at a good price. But yeah, that's what I got. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you liked it, be sure to like. If you want to see more of my music, gaming, and general nerdery content, be sure to subscribe. Special thanks to my patrons. If you want to join their ranks and help support the channel that way, it's linked in the description. I'm going to get out of here. I've been Foul Rack. You guys have good size situations, and I'll see you another day.